Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I selected for tonight's preaching, as I was finally given license to pick what I like. That was dictated by Krishna in Roma's heart. So I meditated for many, many days, and Krishna in my heart told me to speak on the prayers of Kuntī Devi, as found in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We won't be able to cover everything, but we will cover something. And these prayers were very, very much appreciated by my spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, as he lectured on them in New York, Los Angeles, and also in Mayapur in the years 1973-1974. A separate book was published on that chapter. Kuntī, of course, the scene is after the battle of Kurukshetra. And since the battle has been won, Yudhishthira is now the king, as was Krishna's desire all along. The Kauravas are all done. So Krishna now is leaving Hastinapur to return to his home, Dwaraka. Previously, Krishna was living in Mathura. But when Jarasandha attacked Krishna for the 18th time, 17 times Krishna defeated Jarasandha, killed his entire army, but let Jarasandha live, so that he would gather another army of demons. Because the purpose Krishna came when Mother Earth approached Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma and all the Devatas went to the ocean of milk and sang the Purusha Sukta prayers. And Lord Brahma sat in meditation, and he got the text message in his heart from Krishna. That message was, yes, I am well aware of the burden of Mother Earth. And that burden was the unnecessary military industrial complex set up by Kamsa. Kamsa had made an alliance, a United Nations of demons. All the demons of the world were under the control, allegiance to Kamsa. So Krishna said, yes, I'm going to come and I will take care of all the demons. As you know from your Bhagavad Gita, I'm sure you read it every day, yes, your Bhagavad Gita. Your Bhagavad Gita says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. So Krishna took care of Jarasandha's armies 17 times. But the 18th time, Mathura was attacked on two sides. Another demon, Kalayavana, attacked. So Krishna arranged that all the inhabitants of Mathura would be transported to a different place, hundreds and hundreds miles away, called Dwaraka, the city in the sea. So the residents of Mathura went to sleep one night, and when they woke up, they were in Dwaraka. No need to go to security checkpoints. No. Go to sleep, wake up, hundreds of miles away. Wouldn't you love that? Yes. So Krishna, his home is in Dwaraka. So after the battle of Kurukshetra, he's leaving Hastinapur. He's getting on his chariot when his aunt, Kuntī, she's the sister of Krishna's father, Vasudeva. So Kuntī stops him. She doesn't want him to go. If Krishna was living with you, would you want him to go? You would do anything in your power, hook or by crook, trick, whatever you could do. Oh, Krishna, I'm so sick, you can't leave Krishna. So Kuntī approached Krishna on the chariot and offered these not just beautiful prayers, philosophical prayers. Because the Bhagavatam is the cream of Vedic literatures, the ripened fruit. You cannot find a higher scripture than Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadev's final mature literary masterpiece. Nigama kalpatora galitam padam. The ripened fruit. You all like mangoes, yes? You want the green mango or the red juicy mango? Which one you want? Yes, that red juicy mango, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Kunti, her first prayer, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you. That is how you begin a prayer. You don't come out and ask. First you glorify. First you praise. You get Krishna's attention. Same way with your wife or spouse. If you want to ask them to do something, don't go, hey yo. No. Best to go, Devi. Or like my wife says, Prabhuji. Then you get the attention. Right? So the same way, when praying to God, first, nice tone, my Lord. I offer my obeisances to you. Why? You are the original personality. Kunti, even though she's Krishna's aunt, she understands Krishna's position. We sang a song earlier, Damodar. Mother Yashoda is not aware of Krishna's position. She is in Maya, Yoga Maya, a spiritual illusion where the conception of God is absent. All she knows is Krishna is my little baby. And she loves Krishna. Just as you love your children, yes? You remember when they were little babies in your lap? Now they're big babies. But you love them same way. Yashoda loves Krishna. But Kunti understands that even though Krishna is related to me, I am his aunt. She knows you are the original personality. Adi Deva, the original God. Adi Purusham, in the Brahma Samhita. Govindam Adi Purusha, the original, first person, Govinda. Everybody say that name? Govinda. Oh, I think you can do better than that. Govinda. Over there, come on. Govinda. I brought my bell today. Class is in session. Now she says, and you are unaffected by the qualities of this material world. Yes, that's very important. You and I, we are very much affected by the modes of nature. Just like today. What's the temperature like? Cold, isn't it? You woke up, ooh, it's cold. You had to dress appropriately. Just like even though it's Southern California, it's cold, but there's no global warming. But it's unusually cold. So we are affected very much by the modes of nature, goodness, passion, ignorance, but not Krishna, not God. If God was affected by the modes of nature, then he's not God. By definition, God has to be that person who is unaffected. That's the first thing that Kuntī wants us to know. Who is God? Then she says, you are existing both within and without everything. Yes. This is another important Vedanta. He exists in your heart. Is he not in your heart? Those of you who accept Bhagavad Gita, at least 5 times it is stated, Krishna is in the heart. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't live separately from that. It's not that he is manifested in your heart and therefore he has lost his identity, like you cut up a pie and you distribute the pieces, no more pie. That's not God. God can expand himself and yet remain separately individual like that. So Krishna is here in everyone's heart, but he's also separately manifesting here in front of Kuntī 5,000 years ago, and simultaneously in his abode in the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. That's God. He can expand himself at the same time. You wish you could do that. You wish that you could expand yourself. One of you goes to work, the other stays back and gets a mani-pedi. You would love that. And that's because you're not God. But God can do that. Krishna did that. When he danced in the rasa dance, there were thousands of gopis. He manifested thousands of forms. In Dwaraka, he only married 16,108 wives. That's all. And each wife had her own Krishna in bed at night, arms locked. Yes, that's God. Now she says, Krishna, you're within and without, yet you are still invisible. Why is she saying invisible? Because even though many people saw Krishna, they didn't really see him for who he really is. Kamsa saw Krishna, but what did he see? Death. The gopis saw Krishna, they saw Cupid. The cowherd boys, they saw Krishna, they saw he's one of us. Mother Yashoda was looking at Krishna, she saw her baby. And many demons, they misunderstood. Putana thought, oh, I can kill this baby. But it turned out to be just the opposite. So some people say, the question comes up, well, I'll believe in God when he manifests himself to me. But that's already happened. Krishna was here 5,000 years ago. Only a very few people understood that he was God. So So that's a weak argument. I'll believe in God when I see Him. He may be right in front of you and you still don't understand. Why? The answer is given. Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena. You see God only with love. That's how you see God. Otherwise, He remains invisible. Even though you might be right there in front of Him, you won't have the eyes to see God. Because Krishna especially, very tricky. He doesn't want to expose Himself. He plays tricks. And unless your devotion and love is very strong, you cannot see. I will tell you one story. Krishna was with the gopis and they were having their pastimes in the forest. So Krishna decided, I'm going to hide. So he hid in the bushes. So the gopis and Radharani are looking for Krishna and they see, oh, there's Krishna in the bushes. But when the gopis come, Krishna manifests Narayan. Everybody say that word. He's tricky. He can change form at will. So when the gopis came, he looked like Narayan with 4 arms and the weapons. Oh, the gopis said, oh, and they paid their obeisances and bowed down. And then they said, oh, Narayan, do you know where Krishna is? So Krishna, as Narayan, said, yeah, I think he went that way. So the gopis went. But then Radhaji came. And when Radhaji came, Krishna was trying to hold up the 2 extra arms, but Radha's devotion was so strong he couldn't hold up the 2 extra arms. And Radharani exposed, it's Krishna. So you must have strong devotion, prema. There's like my good friend, Krishna Prem Das. He's going to sing tonight. Krishna Prem. That's what's required to see God. Same thing in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna wants to see the Vishvarup, the universal form. So Krishna says, not with your eyes. I have to give you the eyes by which you can see my universal form. I have to give you those eyes. Then he could see the universal form. Kuntī continues, Krishna, you are beyond the range of limited sense perception. Another answer to the question. You can't see God with these blunt material instruments which we call the senses. The senses are defective. We have to wear glasses. We sometimes need hearing aid. Our senses are deficient. So how can you see God with material vision, material senses? Imposible, as they say in Espanol. Not possible. So somebody would say, so if I can't see God, why bother? And not so fast. There is a way to see God, and that process is called devotional service, bhakti. That's not my opinion. That's what Krishna says in your Bhagavad Gita. 3 times. You want to see me? Bhakti. You want to know me? Bhakti. You want to understand me? Bhakti. Not karma, not jnana, not yoga. Krishna says, only by bhakti. Only. You all know what the word only means, right? Yes. That's how you see God. So she says, you're beyond the range of limited sense perception. It's not difficult to understand. The dog can hear a sound that we will never hear. A certain very high pitch. The dogs can hear. We can't. Our senses are so limited. So, not by material senses. You are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is that potency which partially reveals and partially hides. And those who are not devotees, they're in Mahamaya. Impossible. My favorite example, Ravan. When Ravan came to kidnap Sita, he did not kidnap Sita. Ravan is a demon, Rakshasa. It's not possible for him to even see Sita. Impossible. What was Ravan given? Play Sita. Maya Sita. Illusory Sita. Just like anyone who has played, there's a certain game, Monopoly. So they have play money. So you can't take that play money and go to the store, please, I want to buy. No, because why? It's play money. It's not the real thing. So the Sita that Ravan kidnapped was like Monopoly play. He got cheated, and still he had to be killed. The real Sita was far away, being protected. So Maya is the illusory energy, not for you, your devotees, but the rest of them, the fools and rascals who you have to tolerate at the office. They're under that Mahamaya, totally an illusion. I am man, I am woman, I'm American, I'm this, I'm that. Gobbledygook. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you are mine. You are my part and parcel. You're not big Obama. You're not this. This is all play. Game. How long you can be Obama? Not much longer. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. Yes, this is the whole understanding of Leela, Krishna Leela. Krishna is playing a drama. Just like perhaps in your younger days, you played a dramatic performance. So you get dressed up. And if you're really good, they cannot tell, oh, that's Harish. No. That's Dasarath. We've all played dramatic roles. And if it's done nicely, you cannot recognize unless, wait a second. That's Roma. She's playing the part of Sita. So Krishna is like that. He likes to play. So when he comes, he looks like an ordinary human being. That's the key word, looks. And those who are, as it says here by Kuntī, foolish observers, they think, oh, that's, Indra thought like that. When Indra got angry at the residents of Vrindavan, he used these words. Those residents of Vrindavan are being controlled by an over-talkative boy. Because Krishna was playing like he was an ordinary 7-year-old boy. Indra couldn't figure it out until Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill and for 7 days and 7 nights held it up. Then Indra realized, uh-oh, that's my boss. They even have a show now, Undercover Boss. It's on TV, where the boss acts like he's an ordinary worker. And he finds out, How everybody doesn't like him. And he gets to find out how bad his company is and why it's failing. So Krishna is like that, undercover. He disguises himself. He looks like Lord Brahma was the same way. He thought he could play a trick on Krishna. But Krishna played the trick on him. That's Krishna. That's God. As I like to say, he's the coolest. He's the best. Most wonderful. So he comes, he performs his pastimes, and he's playing. Even when he's killing a demon, it's nonchalant, no effort. It's not that when Krishna was holding up Govardhan Hill, no. Effortlessly, as if you hold up an umbrella. Is it a struggle to hold? For Krishna, holding up Govardhan Hill was, if he's killing a demon, he's enjoying it, nonchalant, easy. He plays. He's always enjoying. Whether he's dancing or killing, he's enjoying. That's God. Whatever he does, he enjoys it. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra.